Hi guys. In this video we continue the series for the review of the performance final. This is number 4 on the review sheet in your syllabus and in the email I sent to you. In this case you are to play a chord progression of your choice. So this is where the beginning players really can tailor the test to themselves. If the example number 1, the folia, seems a little too difficult for you to do, then examples 4 and 5 will be good choices for you because you can pick the chords that you're going to play. In example 4 right now, they do have to be in rhythm, so you can play as slow as you need to, and you can find some chords that are easy for you to play in rhythm. So I'm going to give maybe 4 or 5 examples here of ones out of both books that I think are very doable for a beginning guitar player. On page 45, the same page as the folia, we have example number 1, which is basically E minor for 2 measures in 4/4 time, A minor for 2 measures in 4/4 time, and E minor for 2 measures in 4/4 time. So that would be 8 strums of E minor, 8 strums of A minor, and 8 strums of E minor, and would sound like this. Again, this is number 1 on page 45. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, the chord shapes are very similar fretboard patterns, so you can move your hand back and forth pretty easily to play that example, number 1 on page 45. And you can play it slower than I just did now, too. You can play it slower, but we want it in rhythm and no gaps in between the chord changes. Another example in the Disler book is on the very next page, page 46, which is Skip to Maloo, where you play a D chord and an A7. So again, not a very big difference between those chord shapes. This one is in 2/4, so you're going to play 2 strums per measure. 2 measures of D, 2 measures of A7, 2 measures of D, 1 measure of A7, 1 measure of D, and that's for the refrain and the verse. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, trying to play the correct note in the bass, 4th string for the D chords, 5th string for the A chords. A couple of other examples out of the Hal Leonard book would be Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho. This one is A minor and E7, 2 very similar chord shapes, again, that you can play back and forth without much change. This is page 23. Number 49, Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho in 4/4 time. Make sure you play the right number of chords. In other words, this piece starts with 2 measures of A minor, which means 8 strums before the chord changes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you can play slower if you need to, slow as you need to, as long as your beat stays steady. That was page 23, number 49, Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho. And I'll do a couple more examples. One is a 12-bar blues, which is using the chords A7, D7, and E7. And this is in 4/4 time. Again, don't change chords until the new chord is given in a measure. So in this case, I'm playing 4 bars of A7, 4 beats apiece before I do any changes. So this is Rock and Blues on page 40, number 94. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I misfretted a note there on the D7 chord. Again, if you do something like that, it's not going to be that big of a deal if you correct it right away like I did just then. So don't worry about something like that. Just do the best you can and make the cleanest video you can. And be careful about the bass note you're playing too. That seems to be the biggest problem with beginning chord players, is including too many notes in the chord and maybe an open string that doesn't belong there. I'll do one more example on the same page, the opposite page, page 41, in the Hal Leonard book, number 97. Another very easy example, similar to Skip to Malou. It uses D and A7. This is Down in the Valley, and the chords start in the second measure. 1, 2, 3. And that one was in 3/4 time, so make sure you're playing 3 chords per measure. So that's the 4th example of the review final. You pick one. It doesn't even have to be one I just played right there. I think I did 5 examples, but those are some of the easier ones. Pick your own piece if you want to challenge yourself. There's some other ones in there that you can find, again, and tailor to yourself. So that is number 4, pick your own piece with chords. It must have at least 2 chords in it. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.